Hezbollah militants backing Syrian government troops are playing an increasingly destructive role in Syria, says Secretary of State John Kerry.
Active military support to the Assad regime simply exacerbates the sectarian tensions, and it perpetuates the regime's campaign of terror against its own people.
Kerry says Iran is contributing to the violence by actively supporting thousands of Hezbollah fighters. And he says President Barack Obama may respond with greater support for the Syrian opposition, especially if the Assad government rejects peace talks.
He has taken no options off the table with respect to how that support may be provided, or what kind of support it might be.
Earlier in the day, British Foreign Secretary William Hague, who's also in Jordan, said the Assad government is increasingly dependent on support from Hezbollah and Iran.
They have become in more desperate need of external support, so it is a regime being propped up by others from outside.
Hague and Kerry were in Jordan with other foreign ministers to discuss how to proceed with talks toward a transitional government in Damascus. But Syria's ambassador to Jordan, Bajat Suleiman, says outside powers are trying to speak for Syrians.
Such dialogue will not be welcomed by the Syrian people. The Syrians want serious, in-depth dialogue that incorporates all factions who can represent their wishes without foreign intervention or indoctrination.
The ambassador says Syrian forces are not dependent on Hezbollah fighters.
We are fighting on behalf of the entire region. We are the ones who supported Hezbollah. Until this moment, we have not even used a quarter of our power.
The threat of broader conflict led to the push for peace talks, says U.S. Institute of Peace analyst Steve Heidemann.
It's sinking in, I think, that if we can't find some way to bring this conflict in Syria to a close, it could destabilize the entire state order in the broader Arab Levant. And that is a very, very troubling scenario.
A divided opposition is complicating the prospects for talks. Moscow's backing President Assad, and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has said it's up to Washington to bring along the opposition.
The
most important thing is to ensure that the opposition groups take part in a conference without setting any preconditions.
Arab League Secretary General Nabil al-Arabi says it may be better to start with indirect talks between the two sides until things are clearer. Scott Stearns, VOA News, Amman.
لحل الأزمة السورية إلا هذا الاجتماع ولذلك يجب أن يكون هناك تحضيرا